Have you ever wondered how your favorite live TV shows, the ones that are supposed to be broadcast over the airwaves, are suddenly just there on the internet, discoverable with a simple search? Well, today we are pulling back the curtain on the invisible code that's making it all happen. Let's dive in. I mean, really think about it. You search for Man City versus Liverpool, and boom, right there at the top of the page is a bright red badge screaming live. How? It's not like Google has a cable box plugged in somewhere, right? It isn't watching TV. So what is going on here? Okay, so it's not magic, but it's pretty darn clever. What you're seeing is the result of a hidden layer of code. Think of it like a universal translator that allows television stations to speak directly to search engines for the very first time. And to really get why this is such a revolution, you first have to understand the problem it solved. You see, for decades, television lived in its own separate universe. It was a closed box, completely sealed off from the open web. For over 50 years, the TV schedule, what show is on, when it starts, when it ends, all of that info was locked away inside the broadcast signal itself. Sure, your TV could read it, but the internet was totally blind to it. And in today's world, let's be honest, if you're not visible to Google, you might as well be invisible. This was a massive survival-level problem for broadcasters. So, how do you tear down that wall? Well, the solution came in the form of a shared language, a really elegant piece of web infrastructure called schema.org. Now, what's so cool about this is how simple the idea really is. Schema.org is just a shared vocabulary. Broadcasters use this special code on their websites, and it turns their messy, chaotic TV schedules into a beautifully structured language that a machine, like the Google bot, can understand perfectly. And it's also logical. The schema breaks everything down into 3 core parts. First, you declare the broadcast service. That's the station, like an NBC or a Star Sports. Then you've got the television channel. That's the specific channel, like Channel 101 on Sky. And finally, and this is the most critical piece, the broadcast event. This is what tells Google, hey, this specific show is airing live from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., making it totally distinct from, say, the on-demand version of that same movie. Probably the best way to think about it is this. Imagine your TV station speaks French, and Google speaks Japanese. They just can't communicate. Schema.org is that real-time universal interpreter standing in the middle, translating everything perfectly so that both sides get what the other is saying, instantly. But, just translating a schedule isn't enough when you're dealing with live events. For broadcasters, getting that little red live badge is the holy grail. But live events are messy, they're unpredictable, a match goes into overtime, a breaking news story happens, the schedule can change in a heartbeat. The system needed to be faster than fast. A standard Google crawl is just way too slow. It's like sending a letter by post. It might show up in a few days. That's no good for a live game. And that's where something called the indexing API comes in. It is the complete opposite. It's like sending a WhatsApp message. The update arrives and is read pretty much instantly. And here's how that works. The absolute second a match kicks off, the broadcaster's servers send a ping directly to Google, basically shouting, hey, we are live right now. This updates the search result in minutes, not days, making sure that that awesome live badge is always perfectly accurate. Now, let's see how this tech holds up under some serious pressure. If you really want to see this technology stress tested, you've got to look at the Indian Premier League for cricket. The broadcaster JioCinema uses this exact system to manage real-time updates for a mind-blowing 32 million people watching at the same time. They've even optimized it for mobile-first markets, using schema to create these cool deep links that can take you from a search result directly into the live match inside their app. So what we're talking about here isn't just a clever bit of code. This is fundamentally changing our relationship with television. It's pointing towards a future where that line between TV and the internet just completely disappears. And the next big step in this evolution is a new standard called DVB-I. And that I is the important part. It stands for internet. This is a future where the entire TV guide no longer lives in the broadcast signal at all. Instead, it exists completely on the web, powered by the very same schema.org structure we've been talking about. All right, so what are the big takeaways here? First, for modern TV, visibility is survival. No schema, you're invisible to search. Simple as that. Second, structure is everything. You have to define the service, the channel, and the event. Third, for anything live, speed is absolutely critical, and that means you need the indexing API.
And finally, in mobile-first markets, this technology is the key to getting users directly into your apps.
We tend to think of TV and the internet as two separate things, don't we? But code like schema.org is stitching them together into one single seamless experience. Pretty soon, your search bar won't just find content. It is the remote control, which leads to a pretty provocative final thought. The old electronic program guide, that clunky grid of channels on your TV screen, is dead. Long live the knowledge graph.